Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabashim Akakwadash. This is part two. I'm gonna just get straight into it. It's early in the morning, so I don't want to be too loud. Got people in the house. Let me see. And shalom to the brothers that's really getting this done. To the point where it's effective, to the point where leaders will have to address this. So shalom to the brothers that's finding a formula or a way to bring this out to the point where the leaders will have to address this, or they will be confounded until they address this, or until they repent. But here we go. Now the first video I was doing was talking about who was responsible for the Hebrews who painted on the walls before and after 70 AD. We know they was whitewashed, but as far as the Hebrew, who told the Hebrews to draw any images? See, this causes confusion. It causes confusion to the point where you don't know whether these images are murderers, and they all murderers, right? Because now we're finding out what's really going on when it comes to the emphasis of compelling and mortifying those about these wicked, false, and graven images. This is the main thing that needs to be broken. This is the main thing that has not been checked or examined. We've been examining the whitewashed narrative. We need to go to this narrative about these Hebrews that defied the Lord and blasphemed the Holy Spirit by putting their faces as God and putting themselves up as God and saying they is God. You would say it's Esau, but who did it? Whoever did it first, that's who the Lord's pertaining to. Whoever sinned first, right, is who the Lord's pertaining to. Hebrew Israelites. Period. Now watch this. This is why I want y'all to really take in consideration of that this stronghold is the main stronghold that got the doctrine intact the way it's intact. The false doctrine, of course. Doctrines of men, doctrines of devils. This is the main reason why doctrines of men and doctrines of devils stand the way they do. Listen.
I was just really Shalom, all praises to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. This is Teller Nicholas with the Noble House of St. Nicholas, Vintage Saints of Israel and House of Jacob. Today, I'm getting into the Hebrew Israelite Smith family. All the Negroes with the surname Smith from the Americas, Caribbean islands, Europe, Africa, and all those scattered abroad with the surname Smith, all right? Before y'all guys was slaves here in the Americas and in Caribbean islands, you guys was royalty in Europe. You guys was royalty in the Netherlands, England, Germany, Ireland, and Scotland. You guys was somewhere before you was here in the Americas and the Caribbean islands, and it wasn't Africa, it was Europe, all right? And we ruled the Dark Ages from 500 AD to 1500 AD. And from 1500 AD to the late 1600s AD, we slowly fell into captivity, all right? House by house, kingdom by kingdom. And the Caucasians that wear the name Smith in the Dark Ages was in the outskirts of Europe with no names. You could Google that history by going into Wildman and.
Now think about that. You talking about slave names, right? When these names came from Hebrews. You see how the spell is broken that quick when you receive the new covenant, when you fully receive it by faith. No, ma'am. I'm doing a lesson, Mama. Okay. But as you can see, they would say that Smith, that's a slave name. You goddamn right, it's a slave name. Right? But we know where this come from. I'm pretty sure this man is very studious.
And I'll briefly touch up on that. But before I go into it any further, I'm going to go into some scripture. I'm going to go into Sirach 2 and 16 to 18, all right? And it read, they that fear the Lord Yahweh will seek that which is well, pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare thy heart and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord Yahweh, and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. Alright?
Mad.
So now I'm gonna get into the Hebrew Israelite Smith family. You guys is 2 million, over 2 million strong in America alone. In America alone, y'all over.
So who is this Smith family? 2 million strong? You have to ask yourself, who were these Hebrews? Though this man, he looks at it as something to, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna just put nothing in his mouth, but the way he's breaking it down is as if he doesn't understand that these people are responsible. Those people are more than likely, and I believe and understand that these motherfuckers defied the Lord of hosts. These are the wicked. I don't give a damn what you say. Now, this gonna cause controversy. And guess what? This not gonna cause carnal controversy. This is gonna cause spiritual controversy. So if you want to be carnal before you're spiritual, you're going to be destroyed by the Lord of hosts. So this is what's going on. This is why the Lord say, I will repay. Right? Vengeance is mine. Right? I shall no glory with nobody, right? There is no power beside. You about to find out what that really means, because it seems to me that the Lord has some back pay to give to these wicked Israelites back and during these times. These people are not to be glorified. If anything, you're supposed to learn from these people's mistake, not glorify and enhance it and keep this spell going with these graven images, right? And this is going to be destroyed. This is going to be destroyed. In order to rebuild, how you guys, y'all making this all about the MOTB, but I'm telling you, until y'all understand what this is about, that ain't going to come to pass until this is understood. The graven images. Get rid of the Hebrew Israelite graven images, all of them. The ones that you have now on your YouTube page and IG, and also the ones that you show back, right, in ancient times, right, or the 70 AD or the Renaissance era. Those two, get rid of them. This is the whole point why I'm bringing this out.
2 million strong, all right? And before y'all was in the Americas and Caribbean island as slaves, y'all was in Germany, the Netherlands, England, Ireland, and Scotland as royalty. And I'm gonna get into it. Now, as royalty, and I'm gonna get into it. Now, Smith is an Anglo-Saxon name. The name was originally given to a metal worker, the blacksmith. It is derived from the Old English word smid, probably derived from smitten, which meant to strike with a hammer, as a metal worker was such a common and important profession in medieval times. This name and its cognates are extremely widespread throughout the British Isles and Europe. However, there is some debate as to why the occupation of blacksmith will lead to such a popular surname. One might expect that farmer, also an occupational name, but with far more people involved in a profession in the Middle Ages, would today be a much more popular surname than Smith. It is probably a futile exercise to try to establish a single source for this amazing, monumentally prolific surname, and they could just narrow it down to, beside the fornication, being a metal worker, a blacksmith was very important because you deal with weapons, you know what I'm saying? And everybody need weapons.
So, weapons?
Right? The early origins of the Smith family. The surname Smith was first found in Durham, in present-day Northumbria, northern England, where an Old English version of the name is cited in circa 975, almost 100 years before the Normans would invade this part of England. Some of the families moved to Mount Thorndon in Essex. The Church of Mount Thorndon is a handsome evidence containing many fine monuments to the family of Smith, among which is one to Sir Thomas Smith, Chancellor of the Great and Principal Secretary of State in the reign of Edward VI and Elizabeth. So that's somebody that the Smith family would want to research, all right? Sir Thomas Smith. And remind you, us Negroes, we was the first sirs. We was the first knights. We was the first Templars. It wasn't the Caucasians. They was in the outskirts of Europe as wild men. And if they wasn't...
So by him bringing that out and using faith, mercy, and discernment, power, still and authority, right? You know, using the holy power that the Lord has taught us, it's making me think, oh, right? If the Caucasians, right, wasn't the first to be swords and knights in shining armor and the castles in the 70 AD, we can, I could say it like, this is why I'm not eloquent purposely. I just be me. This easy to say that you fucking wicked Israelite niggas, man, you gonna get in trouble. Look, a lot of y'all gonna fall victim of the graven image. You're not gonna get rid of it. And those who get rid of it, that's in these camps, they gonna still push the same doctrine. They just gonna get rid of the image, but push the same doctrine. What you have to understand is the doctrine reflects the graven image. So you'll call yourself, oh yeah, we're gonna get rid of the graven image, but we're gonna keep the movement going. Well, you gotta get rid of the doctrine too, because the doctrine is part of the image, the graven image. So you have to get rid of both idols and graven images. So you see where this is going? A lot of you see, the thing is, a lot of y'all are gonna fall victim to practicing divination and seeking divination and practicing witchcraft and sorcery because you don't know who you serve. You practice and do these things foolishly and ignorantly, not knowing who you serve. You need to know who you serve first before you get out here running your mouth. Period. You see what I'm saying? So get rid of the graven image, which is a reflection of the graven doctrine. The doctrine is idolized as well as the graven image. So when you camps find out that these motherfuckers ain't who they say they is, y'all glorify them, but these are the murderers. These are the ones who put their hands on the holy men, right? The prophets. These are the ones who put their fucking hands on them, right? You know what I'm saying? These are the ones. These are the ones who advocated for it. These are the ones who psychologically, right? Because ain't nothing spiritual about these. They just play mind games of confusion and babble of confusion. No sound mind and love. Psychological warfare is what the enemy plays. They're not spiritual at all. They just psychologically, and they think they're inclined spiritually because they're so psychological. Well, let's keep this going.
They was our servants, all right? Roots in the hall.
Let's go to the next one. And let me tell you something. And you count, like, look, when you run across my videos and you offended, I don't give a damn. Matter of fact, you if you of the enemy, you ought to want to feel that way if you're not of the Lord. So what I'm saying is, if you really about the Lord's business, you gonna see this matter out, and you're gonna move your pride out the way and get rid of the doctrines, so we can be moving forward. This has to be brought out, the graven images, right? And you have to address this. It goes hand in hand with the doctrine you teach. You can't say I'm lying.
And Principal Secretary of State in the reign of Edward VI and Elizabeth. So that's somebody that the Smith family in Wotan Wool.
And you down here, bro. If you Tanakh only, you through. If you First Testament, you done. because it's something going on. Ain't no debates going on. We ain't coming together to have debates and enhance clout with one another. Clout enhance one another. We're not doing that. What's going on is what's going on. So get ready.
Warwickshire was the seat of the Smith family, of whom was Lord Carrington, and that's what y'all would want to look up Lord Carrington also, who at the Battle of Edge Hill bravely redeemed the royal standard, as is recorded on his monument in Christ Church, Oxford, which is probably whitewashed, over the front entrance of the hall.
Now, you would say you had a 4-hour conversation with this man. Let me show you how heavy the spell is. But I highly doubt they had a conversation about these graven images, right? And the people, Smith family, are potential murderers. The same way they would look at Caesar Borgia as a murderer, and he talking about white. That's why I stopped, because he's talking about whitewashing. Well, in order for, look, if it was whitewashed, right, who drew the original Hebrew images? And when you find out who it is, ask yourself, did they have permission? By the look of these precepts, by looking at these precepts, the Lord despises graven images. So who are these people that's defying the Lord's house and making the Lord's house of merchandise? That's what you should ask yourself. So when you have 4-hour conversations, right, you think you're building, but you're really not doing a damn thing. You really have to destroy in order to rebuild. You can't rebuild without destroying what needs to be destroyed in order to rebuild. So a lot of y'all be thinking, based upon how long you study, based upon how long you've been in something, it brings value. It depends on it depends on who you're serving. These people despised the Spirit of the Lord. That's what you need to be telling these people, but you're not. You're going to defend it like the graven images. You're going to defend it like your doctrines and camps. It's the same faction. This is how we know who's who and what's what. You got to have faith to move like this.
All other arms finally executed in relief of Lord Carrington. All right? So this is the Smith history, man. And I beg that you guys look into these names, because it's gold in these names, all right? It's our history. Our history
wasn't Hamashiach's history. It wasn't the disciples' history. It wasn't King David's history. When it comes to this, these people are murderers. These are the people King David was speaking about in the book of Psalms. He was if we're going to talk about, we had wicked Israelites, well, these are those wicked Israelites that y'all I'm going to show you the wicked it was wicked Israelites back then. Yeah, you know. You can't search this stuff without understanding that these people had a lot to do with prolonging the kingdom of heaven. Though you think it was Esau, but who did it first? You should ask yourself. If judgment starts in the house of the Lord first, who did it first? Man, y'all gonna get y'all asses. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it but get this shit together. Your ass is gonna be embarrassed and destroyed, and rightfully so, because y'all niggas follow men, dick riding leaders.
Race, our history was stolen,
dick riding
and
ass niggas, man.
All right. So, and there's more. The extensive manor of Mitchell Morton, which stretches into the parishes of Kirkhampton, Moorwinstall, and Jacobstall. What names? Moorwinstall and Jacobstall. Those are Hebrew names. In Cornwall, and Week Street, Pancras, and Denvershire is generally dominated from this parish. This large manor belonged about the year 1660 to the family of Smith. All right, Smith family. So these names are the names of your ancestors, all right?
Wicked ancestors, wicked Israelites. King David knew this shit was gonna happen before he left. That's why he wrote the book of Psalms. Who you think he talking about in the book of Psalms? Esau? You think you thought he was talking about 95% of Esau and then 5% of wicked Israelites, or 95% of wicked Israelites and what 5% of Esau? You tell me. Let me see how much you niggas are dick riding respective persons and holding swords back for holding the Lord's sword back for blood. We go see.
Paused in history.
Niggas
for
love
a
you.
reason,
Niggas love your
right?
motherfucking leaders
The
in your
Smith
camp.
family is 2 million strong alone in the Americas. It's time that you guys gather up and remember that y'all family and gather up unto the Mashiach Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right.
This is why this needs to be brought out. I'm telling you, the Lord doing this, man. All praise on and glory. And y'all think y'all the Lord got y'all back with these camps, man. The Lord don't give a fuck about now one of these organizations. I'm talking about from the top to the bottom. The Lord don't give a fuck about none of these organizations that got multitudes and crowds and crowds of motherfucking Kool-Aid sipping motherfuckers. That's what it is. The Lord don't give a fuck. You got niggas talking about if the Lord came down here, what camp would he join? The Lord would slap spit out you niggas' mouths. All you punch you niggas clean in your mouth. Cause nigga, the Lord don't have to join none of you niggas' camps, man. How the fuck? That's blasphemy. He'll join y'all camp. Would y'all join his? You man, almost fucking man. You look, hey, you bitch ass niggas talking about. If the Lord was down here, he'll join our camp. Would you join his? Is the question, you proud motherfuckers. He'll have to join y'all's and not his. Yeah, he would have to join y'all's shit, huh, in GMS, right? Y'all ain't gonna join his shit. He'll join y'all's. This is why y'all gonna get fucking destroyed, man. Y'all talking about the Lord gonna slap y'all niggas in y'all mouth. That's what's gonna happen.
You guys got family in Europe. You guys got family in the Caribbean islands, and it's by the boatload. So you know it's best that y'all gather up in these last days and remember who y'all are.
Not you, brother. That's
because
talking.
y'all family, y'all the Smith family.
I don't know who you. I ain't talking about
this
you.
This is Teller Nicholas with the Noble House of Saint Nicholas, Vincent Saints of Israel, and House of Jacob. Shalom.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about you, Saint Nicholas. I'm talking about these organizations, these camps, man. These ones that's been around. All right, now let's do this. Now I had screenshotted some more pictures, right? So here we go. Ask yourself, who the fuck is this? It says Saint Moses. It says the Black Saint Moses. And you see, he would deem this as holy, right? But don't have the common sense to understand that this is not Moses. It's so not Moses that I can name this motherfucker who I want to name it. The reality is this person probably was a real person who made himself as God, called himself God, says he wanted to sit on the throne of God and on top of the congregation. Now, who knows the congregation better than a wicked ass Israelite nigga? He looks wicked. He looks like a murderer to me. This is not Masha. This might be King Masha's great wicked ass murderous ass grandfather. I'll say that. But this was I owe myself to say this was an actual person. But since this shit is anonymous and unknown, we just say, hey, this is what the Lord looked. This is what Moses really looked like, a murderer. If there was no graven images of any of these men, why would you believe that this is a closest depiction? This is furthest away from the Lord's face. This is farthest away from the Spirit of the Lord. Who the fuck is that? Who? It ain't Moses. That ain't King David. See, different faces. Who the fuck are these people, man? Y'all will show this on y'all lessons, show this on highways and hedges, just to add fucking frosting to your bullshit cake ass doctrine. Instead of saying, man, who the shit ain't right? Who the fuck are these people? This is the original. These are wicked motherfuckers. That's what you need to start off with. That who are these wicked ass fucking Israelites? That's what you need to ask yourself every time. Who are these fucking wicked Israelites? Because it ain't no motherfucking King David. Now watch this. You ask yourself, who are these? See, the art of conceptualism has fucked you niggas' minds up. The art of conceptualism has fucked you niggas' heads up, man. No different from movies we watch. It fucks y'all head up. Y'all think y'all got shit figured out and broke down because y'all watch Day Clone Tyrone. Don't even have a fucking clue what that means, man. Because you are predictively programmed and you're not of the spirit of prophecy. And this is why you niggas, you fucking false prophets, think y'all know what's going on around this motherfucker. Got all the goddamn right problems with not one motherfucking answer. Now look, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this wicked bitch? Ask yourself. It wasn't nothing holy. You can sit up here and glorify this shit because they was Hebrews once. We ruled once. But you forgetting about the vengeance and payback the Lord has for the wicked motherfuckers, right? That he's going to judge in his house first. Y'all got to understand this. Who the fuck is this? You'll be like, it was whitewashed. Well, who the fuck is this? That's a murderer. He's a traitor. He made, look. He joined and made a covenant with the heathens. This nigga gave the Lord up. They hide different uniforms, different names, change their names, change their identity. We were Moors. We was once this. We used to be that. No, you motherfuckers are who the Lord say y'all is, and y'all not this. Y'all only change y'all names up to prolong your short time that you have. Y'all, and it's not about no motherfucking nationality. This got everything to do with shutting the mouth of Satan and the motherfucking devil up. That's it. This shut his fucking mouth. That's it. Mouths must be stopped. That's what's going on. Man, who the fuck are these people? You see how this picture is different? That's a baby Jesus. This is a different baby Jesus. This is a different baby Jesus. These are two different people. Over and over and over. This precept right here. This breakdown. Everybody know about this precept. You need to ask yourself. The conceptualism of art, you need to really take it in consideration of just taking shit for face value instead of just searching the matter out. But I know why you won't search it out, because you are the fucking murderers. A murderer not gonna put itself in jail. A murderer gonna play possum. A murderer will steal from you and help you find what the fuck they stole from you, as if they never did it in the first place. That's what fucking murderers do. And cowards. Because a killer, it's a difference between a killer and a murderer. A killer wants you to know he fucking killed you. A murderer wants it to be a conspiracy because he's trying to run away from the consequences. A killer ain't running from no consequences. Your ass need to be killed. So when you kill somebody, it's different from murdering some motherfucking body. You murder a pedophile. You don't murder someone who's telling the motherfucking truth. Fuck you bitch ass niggas talking about. Who the fuck are these people? Oh, I wonder what happened right there. I bet that's right when they took over you. You see how they in white right now with the fucking woolly hair? I bet. Let me show you. Let me show you. I bet on this picture 3 months prior, they probably was wearing that motherfucking garment and crowns and swords in their hand, but these motherfuckers subverted them or overthrew them, and now they motherfucking asses are wearing the swords and crowns now. I bet these two black motherfuckers right here was the ones wearing these outfits right now that you see 3 months prior, before their asses got ransacked and ran over. They took all their shit from them, stripped them. That's what that picture looked like. It looked like these two motherfuckers taught these 3 motherfuckers everything they know. And when these motherfuckers learned everything these 2 motherfuckers taught them, it seemed like, okay, we learned everything, so let's just take this shit all of them and do our own spin to it. Satan versus the goddamn devil in a nutshell. Fuck you bitch ass niggas, man. And ain't nothing you can do about it but be mad. Who the fuck is this bitch ass nigga? Man, he looks very grimy. And who the fuck is that? And you ask yourself, who this was a real when I look at these pictures, I be like, this was a real person. I wonder who he was. This was a real person. I wonder who he was. Who would the fuck would in these times will waste their time drawing something that's not them? Pride. Of course this was a real person. If we're talking about prideful people, of course this was a person. Paint me. Make me. Look. Who the fuck is that? This looked like an alliance. This looked like a social construct of abominations and indignations and blasphemy. This is what this looks like. You know, and a lot of you guys be like, you see, we was ruling too. No, you were wicked too, right along with them. Black, white. Duality is what these motherfuckers are in cahoots with one another against the Holy One. Okay. So you can't make no money off of this. You can't profit off this. Who is this? In medieval and Renaissance art. So, and that shit like a polo shirt to be. See, man, I'm telling y'all niggas in trouble, man. We finding out who these people, you motherfuckers were against the Holy One. You know what's crazy? The motherfucking Boule, Freemasons, Eastern Star, anything above these motherfuckers, these motherfuckers know exactly what's going on. They trying to figure out if we know. They trying to identify, right? They trying to identify the information through the blood. But guess what? This is of the Spirit of the Lord, baptized by fire. That type of information can't be tampered with or infiltrated. So now it's of the Holy Spirit, and you can't dissect that. You can't cross-reference that. You can't analyze that. Either you of that or you're not. So again, who is this faggot? Who is this? Y'all murderers. Murderer. Wicked. If you read the book of 2 Samuel, oh man. You read the book of 1 Kings and 2 Kings, oh man. Something's just ain't right. Medieval England. You can't make me believe that these motherfuckers were responsible, right, for bringing in the kingdom of heaven. These motherfuckers are responsible for prolonging the short time that they had. Right along with the ones who made a covenant with them. Oh shit, who's that? People of color in European art history. And y'all problem is y'all idolize this and glorify this, but you would say, no, we just use it. No. Who is this? This stuff is very telling, thought-provoking, and why the Lord hate graven images. Let me show you. This is what y'all do now. It's the same. It's the same thing. Look. Who is that? Is that King David? That's a different face of King David. This is the face of King David. This is another face of King David. That's the white version. Now let's go. This is the Negro version. Made a statue. You think King David, whoever made this statue, you think that they told them that King David said this was okay to do it? But y'all will be like, statue of King David with his nose cut off. That's not King David. That's a fucking murderer. For all we know, that's Lionel Jackson. Claimed to be King David. Made a statue of himself and say he is God. This is how we know who's who and what's what. Simply by these graven images. Y'all have these all on y'all thumbnails talking about we hastening for destruction and we prophesying against the downfall of America with this fucking shit on your goddamn thumbnail as a lesson. And you call yourself being right there, full of fear and trembling. With truth and sincerity with this thumbnail on your motherfucking page. But when somebody like me remind y'all that this shit is whack, that this shit ain't right, this shit is wicked, you'll get proud. Because it's coming from me. But this is what happens when you have freedom in Hamashiach, man. Shit start happening. Who is that? That Black King David of the Bible Playground AI. There's just so much confusion. You know. All right. I guess he was trying to calm Saul's ass down right there, right? So, who is that? Edward the Black Prince, World History Encyclopedia. Look at that, look, and look at the hand sign at that. The murderers of the Holy One is what we're exposing. And this is how the Lord gonna get these niggas. How the hell? All right, man, y'all niggas, man. See, what's crazy is that these fucking Freemasons and Eastern Stars understand what I'm saying. They just upset that I have this type of understanding, man. All they left up to is to harm me physically. That's it. That's all they got. It ain't none of that going on either. Cause the standard gonna be lifted, and there's a such thing as holy angels. This is beyond people's understanding. And I speak boldly when I say that. This is now you can be perverted and all you want and think how you want to think of how a holy angel acts and behaves. That's on you. But the reality is this: we ain't running a goddamn thing. There is holy angels out here. You can think they got wings. You can think however you want to think about them, but they out here in real time, right? And trust me, you'll know if you've been touched by an angel. Hey, a holy one at that. Who is this? When the Lord, y'all talking about when the Lord come and destroy America, is it going to be this face that comes? Because y'all put these on y'all thumbnails. When he come, right, is it going to be this face when he comes striking with anger, or is it going to be this face? Is it going to be this one? I mean, I know Hamashiach Yahushua had other brothers, James, and then other brothers and sisters, but I ain't know that Hamashiach had twin brothers. I ain't know he had quadruple brothers. So when he come, he gonna look like that or look like this, right? This Hamashiach. All you camps got these faces. This comes from y'all. So is it gonna be this one that comes and destroy America? Or is it gonna be this one? Hold on. Is it gonna be that one? How many outfits the Lord have? Is it this outfit? Or what about this outfit? He have hands, but he can't move. He got feet, right? But he can't walk. He got a mouth, but he can't speak. He got eyes, but he cannot see. He have ears, but he cannot hear. He have nostrils, but he can't breathe. What that is? Ain't that scripture in Psalms 115? He have eyes, but he see not. He have ears, but he hear not. He have hands, but he strikes not. He has feet, but he walk not. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And King David wasn't talking about no fucking animals. He was talking about this. They have hands, but they strike. Y'all know what I'm talking about, roughly paraphrasing the precept. And bring up Revelations where it speaks about the description of the Lord as proof. No, that ain't a depiction. That precept ain't a depiction. This is a depiction. This is false. The precept ain't false. This is. So, is it this outfit? Or this outfit? Is it this one? Or is it this one with the big fro and beard? Is this the actual throne? A lot of y'all have this on y'all thumbnails, and y'all think the Lord not gonna is pleased with that. The Lord ain't pleased with that. That's why I go out of my way to talk the way I talk to y'all. Y'all need to be humble. How the fuck y'all so studious in so-called in the council, right, of the Lord, right? This heavenly conversations, right? But you don't got the common sense. The spirit don't hit you to get rid of this. You'll keep doing lessons about Esau with this fucking false image that needs to be stepped on, spat on too. And you niggas will squaw up if a nigga came up there and stomped on y'all the real so-called image. Y'all niggas will go throw down over that fake bullshit ass fucking false image. Punk ass niggas will fight over a graven image, not for the Lord. Y'all fight for this. Nigga come up to the camp and kick this shit down and set it on fire. You niggas will raise hell. Look, and this is what you worship. King of Kings. Is it going to be this outfit? I mean, how many twin brothers do the Lord has? Is it going to be this? Gabar? What about these down here? This one, right, Eldridge Ivor. What about this? This the main one y'all be doing. And don't even understand what this means in the spiritual realm. But y'all don't think the Lord not upset with y'all for doing this shit. This is the new Renaissance bullshit that y'all trying to pull off and repeat. But the Lord gonna make y'all out to be fools. Look at this. 12th century. Who the fuck is this? Ask yourself. Hebrew Israelite Our History on Tumblr. Y'all gonna get, the Lord gonna, Who is that? Now all you camps, I'm telling y'all, now it's been brought out. Who is that? So yeah. This is why it's important for you to understand what the Renaissance art really represented during that time when it comes to the Russian iconoclasms and who these people were. These were actual people that were actual Hebrew Israelite people. We need to know. And we all know that they're murderers, simply because the first commandment of the Lord say, thou shalt have no gods before me, right? Graven images and stuff like that. So that's the main thing that the Lord is pissed off at. So that's how you do it. And all praise, honor, and glory goes to Kahonah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabbat Hashem Rakakwadash. Shalom.